Torah. Oh, okay. This video just started. The previous one stopped. So this is the previous one. It stopped at like I think 33 minutes or something. So this might be an hour long, a little under an hour. I'll tie the videos together. So anyway, where was I? And it says this is all he's going to do for them now, and he's commanding. He says, and that they live in their own Torah. They live after their own Torah, so they won't interfere with their way of living, their law, and them serving their God, even as the king has commanded in the land of Yehuda. And concerning the three governments that are added to Yehuda from the country of Shamaron, let them be joined with Yehuda, that they may be reckoned to be under one, nor bound to obey other authority than the high priest. As for Akko and the land pertaining thereto, I give it as a free gift. So he's giving them the land of Akko that they've been living in, a free gift to the sanctuary at Jerusalem for the necessary expenses of the sanctuary. Moreover, I give every year 15,000 shekels of silver out of the king's account from the places appertaining, and all the overplus which the officers paid not as in former time from henceforth shall be given toward the works of the temple. And beside this, the 5,000 shekels of silver which they took from the uses of the temple out of the accounts year by year, even those things shall be released, because they appertain to the priest that minister, and whosoever they be that flee unto the temple at Jerusalem, or be within the liberties hereof, being indebted unto the king, or for any matter, let them be at liberty, and all that they have in my realm. For the building also and repairing of the works of the sanctuary expenses shall be given of the king's accounts. Yeah, and for the building of the walls of the Jerusalem and the fortifying thereof round about expenses shall be given out of the king's counts, as also for the building of the walls of Yehuda. Now when Jonathan and the people heard these words, they gave no credit unto them. Good job, Jonathan. They gave no credit unto them, nor received them, because they remembered the great evil that he had done in Yasharel, for he had afflicted them very sore. See? And look at all the stuff he want to do in the second letter now. See, the first time he said, let's make friends with him. Oh, he just threw out some little breadcrumbs. See? He threw some breadcrumbs at him. Now when he see Jonathan is going to continue on it with his friend accepting Alexander's friendship, now he coming out with all this money and land and building. All gifts ain't good gifts, baby. Let me tell you something, people of God. Don't let the old mess up the new. When you got somebody that has accepted you from jump, from straight up, they done heard about all you been through. They done seen all the battles you done had to fight. And they see your strength. They see your power. They're not intimidated by you. They want to be they want to accept you straight up. Woman to woman, man to man. However it is, they want to accept you and be friends with you. They loyal. I heard about what you've been through. I know you strong. I know, you know what I'm saying? They ain't coming at you no sideways, no hidden agendas. Don't you let the old mess up your new. See? Don't you let them, you honor loyalty. You honor loyalty. Let God birth a new thing in your life. Some of you, for your whole life, you never had nobody in your corner to hold you down and to be loyal to you. Many of you, you've been betrayed, betrayal after betrayal. People took your kindness for weakness. You may have helped folk. I know I have, but I ain't no victim. I'm a victor. That's where my strength come from. I've helped my brothers and my sisters. Helped my brothers start businesses. They thought, some of them got up, thought they had just enough, then turn around and start trying to compete against me. They ain't had no man in them. That's a feminine quality when a man competing against a woman, in my opinion. Men don't compete against their sisters. Men are protective, and not a sister that help you from the bottom and ain't charge you a dime. Did it from my heart because God blessed me. So I ain't had to try to capitalize off it. See, there's so many people out here now, and people have a right to be paid for their time. You know, it's not a crime. It's not wrong. It's not against the will of God to charge somebody to teach them how to run a business. That's what do you call that? What do you call that service? You know, Forgot the name. But it's not against the law to teach somebody how to run a business. Consultation, you know. I could have charged thousands and thousands of dollars, but I didn't. I did it from my heart. And you messed up a good thing and know you messed it up. And I ain't mad at you. Keep going. See, when people burn their bridges, they know they can't come back cross them no more. And you ain't got to, I don't lose no sleep at night. I sleep good. I treated a lot of people good. And I'm an imperfect person. But I never tried to do no dirt to my brothers or my sisters. And when I sin against God. I mess up against the word of God. And as I study, it helped me get myself right. Helped me stay on that thin and narrow path. I fell off in idolatry. Yeah, I did wrong against my God, against my own body. I ain't never sinned, never did no harm, never had no evil intentions against my brothers or my sisters. Now, could my mouth have offended somebody? Yeah. But I'm willing to communicate. I'm willing to say sorry when I'm wrong and mean it. When you help me see the errors of my ways, I'm willing to learn. But see, everybody ain't got that heart. Some people are take from you. Some people are trying to secretly copy you, be you, and get mad at you when they fail. Ain't that crazy? But anyway, let me stop diverting her and finish this thing for the video cut off, because it's about to be 40 minutes and I ain't finished reading this yet. I want to finish this chapter. But see, good job. Jonathan didn't accept this from, even though he offered all that stuff. See, sometimes people, let me tell you something. Somebody can come. If I got somebody in my corner that's been loyal to me, that accepted me for me, face value, in spite of all that I've been through, in spite of all the negative things that the enemy sent to try to destroy my name. Go back to some of these chapters. You see these people come and they keep conspiring against Israel. They kept telling some lies on them to keep, so the king could keep sending reinforcements. They hated these people without a cause. If I had somebody in my corner that was loyal to me, you can dangle $1 million in my face. That money ain't nothing but a piece of paper. See, I can make $1 million. I got somebody in my corner too. 2 is greater than 1. You can make money. I can go and buy it. We can buy it. You can come up with resources. See, you got a second mind now. You got a second pair of eyes now. Somebody 10 toes down in your corner. In a world that's full of betrayal, backbiting, hate, jealousy, envy, gossip, and throwing people under the bus for status, for elevation. Nah. All them things right there you dangle in my face, I turn it down just like John to turn it down. Nah. They ain't worth it. Nothing can't replace, no money can't buy loyalty, character, integrity. It got to be in a person. And if God gift you with somebody like that as you move forward in life, I don't care what somebody from your past bring you. Don't let them mess up your future. Don't let nobody from the past mess up your future. So Jonathan say no, he ain't receiving that. So he said they remember the evil that and the affliction that they went through. Good job. Verse 47. But with Alexander, they were well pleased with Alexander, how he treated them. See? Examine how he treated them. And the only reason them people want to come back because of the strength. They saw the strength and the power of God's people, and they want to block him from joining with somebody they want to come against, because they know if them people join together, they're not going to be able to take down Alexander, because they already know the strength of Jonathan. Knows they know the strength of Israel, so they want to keep Israel out of it. Nah. So Jonathan said, but with Alexander they were well pleased, because he was the first that entreated of true peace with them. And they were confederate with him always. They then gathered King Alexander great forces and camped over against Demetrius. After the 2 kings, so Alexander went and camped over against Demetrius. And after the 2 kings had joined battle, Demetrius' host fled. But Alexander followed after him and prevailed against them. And he continued the battle very sore until the sun went down. And that day Demetrius was slain. He was destroyed. Yep. The one who allowed many of God's people to be oppressed, mistreated them, cut down. 51. They can't make it. He knew he couldn't make it without God's people on his side. He knew he couldn't make it after he done did all that. 51. Afterward, Alexander sent ambassadors to, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this word right, Ptolemy, king of Mitzrayim, with a message to this effect: for as much as I am come again to my realm, and am set in the throne of my progenitors, and have gotten the dominion, my ancestors, and have gotten the dominion and overthrown Demetrius, and recovered our country. For after I had joined battle with him, both he and his host was discomfited by us, so that we sit in the throne of his kingdom. Boom! Now they got everything anyway. Now, therefore, let us make a league of amity together, and give me now your daughter to be my woman, and I will be your son-in-law, and will give both you and her according to your dignity. Then Ptolemy the king gave answer, saying, happy be the day wherein you did return into the land of your fathers, and sat in the throne of their kingdom. And now will I do to you as you have written. Meet me therefore at Acco, that we may see one another, for I will marry my daughter to you according to your desire. So King Alexander about to get him a woman, baby. So Ptolemy went out of Mitzrayim with his daughter Cleopatra, and they came unto Acco in the 162nd year, where King Alexander, meeting him, he gave unto him his daughter Cleopatra, and celebrated her marriage at Acco with great glory, as the manner of kings is. And Alexander is loyal. Now check this out. Verse 59, now King Alexander had written unto Jonathan that he should come and meet him. Because remember, him and Jonathan are friends. So he sent a letter to Jonathan saying, come and meet him for the wedding. Whereunto went honor, who thereupon went honorably to Acco, where he met the two kings, and he met Alexander and his father-in-law, and gave them their friends, and they gave them and their friends silver and gold and many presents, and found favor in their sight. At that time, certain pestilent fellows of Yasharal, men of a wicked life, assembled themselves against him to accuse him. Meaning, here go these accusers again, coming against Jonathan. See what I'm saying? So people who have a wicked heart, what I say in that video the other day, evil always opposes good. So you cannot be doing anything. People with wicked intentions, they always going to oppose good. You never know when somebody's going to whisper in somebody's ear about you. But check this out. Alexander is loyal. And this is why I say money can't buy people like this. When you come across somebody like that, you cherish them. The world don't even have to know when God, if God gift you, because see, God have to give people like these. In this day and time, if God gift you with somebody that accepts you for you, you ain't got to tell the world. Don't let the world know everything about it. Whether it be in a friendship, whether you be married, the world ain't got to know everything, because people can't destroy what they don't know about. The less people know about you, the more you keep your personal relationships private now, the longer they'll last, the better off they'll be. When you get into disagreements and stuff, work that stuff out behind closed door. Don't let everybody know. People are so wicked. People come against good. Evil opposes good. So check this out. Now, it said a wicked man who of wicked life, they assembled themselves to accuse Jonathan. Assembled themselves to accuse him, but the king would not hear it. So you had wicked men that try to go whisper in the king's ear about his friend, but he would not hear them. Verse 62. Yeah, more than that, the king commanded to take off his garments and clothe him in purple, and they did so. And he made him sit by himself, and said unto his princes, go with him. So when they came to accuse Jonathan, the king made them go and put purple on Jonathan and honor him. See, that's loyalty right there. And then he says, and he made him sit by himself, and said unto his princes, go with him into the midst of the city, and make proclamation that no man complain against him of any matter, and that no man trouble him for any matter of cause. King knew Jonathan was a righteous man. He knew he was a good man, and he protected him. He had his back. Verse 64, now when his accusers Now, when his accusers saw that he was honored, well, I lost my place. Now, when his accusers saw that he was honored, according to the proclamation, and clothed in purple, they fled all away. You see, they wanted to curse him. They wanted to cause trouble. Them on no good accused. Them Pharisee. We're gonna always have evil that opposes good. But when you that are spiritually gifted, you can't even make friends with no regular person. You can't marry no regular person. You have to marry people or be friends with people, let people in life who have eyes to see. They have to be able to protect you, not physically. I mean, that will be good, but spiritually, see, because they can see in the spirit. They know how to pray for you, even when they don't say a word to you. Sometimes they can be in their house, you could be in there, and something can come in their spirit, and they can get up and begin to intercede from you, and y'all can talk a day or two later. And they'll bring something to God. God, I pray for you this other night because I felt this so heavy in my spirit. And you never know, tears might start coming out of their eyes. They might grab your hand and squeeze it. Wow. I've had somebody like that. We wasn't really friends, but we were like associates. Years ago, something came to my spirit about someone when we met up for dinner. We used to meet up regularly, and I had shared it, and she just started crying. But anyway, where was I? So when the enemy saw that he was honored and clothed in purple, they fled away. Verse 65. So the king honored him and wrote him among his chief friends, meaning he put him in high. He was the head. He classified as his BFF. He wrote him among his chief friends and made him a duke and a partaker of his dominion. Afterward, Jonathan returned to Jerusalem with peace and gladness. Furthermore, so he went to honor the king. I mean, you see how the adversaries work? The king invited him to his wedding. He went there and honored them. And even though he went there to honor the king, here goes some accusers came and tried to whisper against him. Try to cause sadness and interrupt joy. But look how it turned out. Furthermore, in the 150th year came Demetrius, son of Demetrius, out of Crete into the land of his fathers, whereof when King Alexander heard tell, he was right sorry and returned into Antioch. Then Demetrius made Apollonius the governor of Silo Aram his general, who gathered together a great host and camped in Yavnio. So Demetrius that got killed, the previous king, now his son is raised up. And he sent unto Jonathan the high priest, saying, You alone lift up yourself against us, and I am laughed to scorn for your sake and reproach. And why do you vaunt your power against us in the mountains? There he go, being manipulated like his daddy. Now therefore, if you trust in your own strength, come down to us into the plain field, and there let us try the matter together. For with me is the power of the cities. Ask and learn who I am, and the rest that take our part, and they shall tell you that your foot is not able to flight in their own land. Wherefore now you shall not be able to abide the horsemen, and so great a power in the plain, where is neither stone nor flint nor place to flee. So when Jonathan heard these words of Apollonius, he was moved in his mind, and choosing 10,000 men, he went out of Jerusalem, where Shimei his brother met him for to help him, and he pitched his tents against Yapo. But they of Yapo shut him out of the city, because Apollonius had a garrison there. Then Jonathan laid siege unto it, whereupon they of the city let him in for fear. And so Jonathan, they had strength to overcome them, so they were able to take control of the area that they wanted and be stationed there as they wanted to. And so Jonathan won Yapo, whereof when Apollonius heard, he took 3,000 horsemen with a great host of footmen, and went to Ashdod as one that journeyed, and therewithal drew him forth into the plain, because he had a great number of horsemen in whom he put his trust. Then Jonathan followed after him to Ashdod, where the armies joined battle. I'm trying to hurry up for this thing cut again. I'm at 52 minutes. Where the horsemen joined battle. Now Apollonius had left 1,000 horsemen in ambush, and Jonathan knew that there was an ambushment behind him, for they had compassed in host and cast spears at the people from morning till evening. But the people stood still as Jonathan had commanded them, and so the enemy's horses were tired. Then brought Shimon forth his host and set them against the footmen, who were discomfited by him, and fled. The horsemen also, being scattered in the field, fled to Ashdod and went into Bet Dagon, their idol's temple, for safety. But Jonathan set fire on Ashdod and the cities round about it, and took their spoils and the temple of Dagon with them that were fled into it. He burned with fire. Thus there were burned and slain with the sword well nigh 8,000 men. And from thence Jonathan removed his host and camped against Ashkelon, where the men of the city came forth and met him with great pomp. After this returned Jonathan his host and his host. After this returned Jonathan and his host unto Jerusalem, having any spoils. Now when King Alexander heard these things, he honored Jonathan yet more, and sent him a buckle of gold, as the use is to be given to such as are of the king's blood. He gave him also Ekron with borders thereof in possession. You see? So he continued to honor his friend with a buckle of gold, as if he was his blood. Oh, Lord. I'm reminded there's a friend that'll stick closer than a brother or a sister, baby. That's loyalty right there. That's honor. After all they've been through, it had saddened me before I got to chapter 10. I was a little sad, especially when Judah got killed. And I was like, he shouldn't have been stubborn. But as they continued to fight, these people were constantly under attack. There was peace in the land for a little while, then they'd be attacked again. But when I got to chapter 10, baby, and I saw how Jonathan knows they overcame their enemies, Bachides, Demetrius' people, they couldn't defeat them. They had to back down. They had to retreat. And then here come King Alexander. I was like, oh boy, another king being raised up. And immediately he was like, where can we find such a man like this? He heard about all the battles that they've been through, all the pain that they had to suffer, and he wanted to be his friend. And they became great friends. And then here come no devil. I'm glad you're not making friends with our enemies. I want to give you all these things and all this money, and I want to pay some of your men on the army, and I want to release all your people, and I want to give y'all that land, and all the taxes and the oppression that we did, we want to cancel it. And then said, no, we don't receive it. And then their enemy that oppressed them all them years was handed over into the hands of Alexander, his new friend. Oh, glory, hallelujah. So anyway, I just shared that. That blessed me. People of God, God is going to bring you purpose partners. God is going to join purpose partners. And when you come in contact with your purpose partner, they're going to love you. They're going to protect you. They're going to honor you. And you're going to see that good people truly do exist in this earth. You're going to understand. You're going to be able to feel what love feels like. Some of you, maybe for the first time in your life. Some of you, you got a heart of love, and you ain't really never had love. How can that be? How can you love so much? You ain't going to have to fight for it. You ain't going to have to buy it. You ain't going to have to pay for it. But you're going to receive love while you in this earth. And it's going to come free. It's going to come free. So, with that being said, you all have a blessed day. What time is it? It's almost 4 a.m., 3:30. But you all have a blessed day. God bless you. I love you. If nobody told you that today, I love you. Little country bumpkin sister loves you. It is well. It is well. The righteous shall receive recompense in the earth. It is well. Have a blessed day. We are the light of the world. Don't never let the light grow dark. Keep shining bright. And we know that the blood of Jesus Yeshua, our friend, our brother, his blood is the only blood that has power. Your purpose partner is going to make up for all that pain that you've been through. You're going to have reciprocal of what you carry on the inside. Your strength, your loyalty is going to be honored. Have a blessed day.